Hi everyone, it's Nina. Right, the kids have gone back to school, so things are slowly starting to get back to normal. I spent yesterday tidying up the house. I literally went from the top to the bottom, put everything back that they'd got out and, you know, left as boys do. I'm sure girls are no different. But I don't know what it's like for you guys, but when my kids are off, the house, especially over a 2.5 week period, just seems to fall into complete and utter chaos. And it takes me a couple of days after they've gone back then to sort of, you know, get back into my normal routine and get the house straight and back to normal. So I literally spent yesterday starting at the top and working my way to the bottom, and yeah, it's looking a lot tidier now, so that's good. The washing's up to date. I was at the ironing board at 6:20 this morning just so that I could spend as much time as I could in my craft room today. But I thought I'd do a quick craft room tour for you today before I start cracking down and working on mixed media morsels. I've got 2 mixed media morsels that I want to catch up on. One art journal prompts, and then I've got a couple of other bits and pieces that I'd like to, you know, crack on with this week as well. I've agreed to do an inchy swap, which I'm really looking forward to, so I need to do that. But I'm going to switch off, flick the camera around the other way, and give you a tour of my craft room. Enjoy. See you soon. Here it is. I'll try not to shake too much, but this is my craft room coming in from my back hallway. My craft room is at the back of the garage, which is right next to the utility room, so that's quite handy. So I'm just coming in through my door now. Then let me just go back and stand. This is behind my desk now, so this is what you can see when I'm sitting down. That's my back wall, so I've got a whole row of bookshelves at the back there, crammed with stuff. All my beading things are to the left hand side. Then I've got all my books, which I can't bear to throw away. Mine and my husband's books. That whole bookshelf was literally full of books until I took over. I had a really good clear out last year and got rid of a lot of them. On the far right, there's a lot of the kids' games. My 2 kids absolutely loved board games. And again, I threw a lot away, but I've kept some. They love Monopoly, and there's some other bits and pieces there as well. Then let me just walk over here. I've got a cupboard. Very lucky. Let me just open it up and switch the light on. That's my store cupboard there. And I've got a lot of my paints and materials and all kinds of things in here. Let's just go to the top. The top has got my old record collection, ABBA, and other things, Michael Jackson. I can't remember what's in that box there. I think that's a box of stamps that we got for Alex when he was little. I've got a couple of boxes of fantastic shells there in the shoe boxes on the far left hand side, and I'll get those out and show you one day. My father-in-law used to work in Oman, and he gave me some fantastic shells that he'd collected, and they're just beautiful. They're in those boxes there. The cream box is my wedding photographs. And then down here, what have I got? I had a dabble at making my own perfume oils. So in that cream box there are some perfume oils. Felting and embroidery stuff. A box there full of, I think, felting stuff. The blue box on the end is full of all of my ribbons. And then this next shelf here is full of odds and sods of material. Those ones there that you can see now are shrunk jumpers. I went through a phase of shrinking jumpers, woolen jumpers, and making things out of those. So those are all from charity shop, thrift store finds, and then bits and pieces of fabric from curtains and that kind of thing. Then moving down a layer, I have got that in the corner here. Some of you who received some bits and pieces of Happy Mail from me will have received some blind samples. The lady who made my curtains gifted me a box of blind samples, and they're great for texture. So I gifted some of those, shared those around. My distress paints, my craft paints, Pebeo paints. Those are mainly Liquitex, Royal Langnickel, my Dilutions paints, my jelly plate. There's a proper jelly plate and my homemade one. The kids, those elastic loom band things that they were all into, I've kept those because those are useful just as elastic bands. Then I've got my glues and things there. Right, this box here has got alphabet things in, you know, the little chipboard alphabet things, and some of my homemade envelopes that I've made out of craft paper. Let me just put those down and show you those. So craft paper and magazine pages. These are home furnishings pages that I've made homemade envelopes out of. So there's some of those. Some cellophane that was on a bunch of flowers that somebody gave me. Pretty craft bags from oh gosh, what, Tiger shop. Tiger have the most amazing carrier bags. That was one from Christmas, and this is a fairly recent one, so I've kept those. Then I've got in this jar my this box my alcohol inks, the little porcelain paints that I use. In fact, those aren't, those are the Stuart Gill metallic paints. The little porcelain ones are, oh hang on, can't get it in front of the camera, there we go, those are those. My Dilution sprays are at the back there, and a basket of other homemade sprays and things like that. Deli paper and wax paper and that kind of thing. My rotary trimmer packaging, the rotary trimmer is actually out here. And then underneath here, just other bits and pieces that I keep. Some kids paints here. Those are kids poster paints and just cheapy hobbycraft paints. In this box here are my, let me show you my Radiant Rains. Not had any success with those whatsoever. They just completely clog. Very, very disappointed. Bubble wrap and other pieces of various papers. The one here is the clear cellophane, clear plastic that I used as my paint palette that I had from the scrap store. There's also rolls of offcuts of wallpaper and brown packaging and all that kind of thing. Let me come out of there now. So that's the shelf with my kids' board games and other texture tools. Books that I've had from the charity shop that I can use for collage and printing on. My last drop paper sheet that I have got to do something with. On the back of the door here is just where I keep offcuts of paper. These are papers that I've die cut. That was when I had some of the complete disasters, when I was doing my mixed media, no, was it mixed media morsels or art journal prompts, and I ended up opting for black, so I've kept those. And just really small paper scraps in the bottom here that are just useful for writing on sentiments and that kind of thing, so I keep all of those. There's a few more supplies up here. Watercolour crayons, watercolour paints, cheapy paints from the Works, which are not very good actually, some gouache, that kind of thing. And then that's all my matte board that I've had from the scrap store, some coffee filters, some mulberry paper. The orange that you can see there was from a bunch of flowers that I had, and there's some cutouts there. That's silver and that's black that I shall use on something. Something's just dropped on the floor. Some of my napkins and tissue papers, some cheesy biscuit boxes that I've kept. Those are some oh, not Costa coffee, what is it? Starbucks coffee things that I got my son to pick up for me. He loves his Starbucks coffee, and I saw Crafty Irene do a project on those at Christmas and altered some of those, and that was why I wanted them, so I never got round to doing it. And then some of my mark making tools for on the jelly plate, acetates, cardboard and envelopes, that kind of thing. This whole tub here has got loads of clothing tags. Let me just get it out and show you. I've got loads of receipt papers, but let me just delve in and show you. Look at these, loads, whoops daisy, loads of clothing tags. And I thought that I'd be able to do something with some of these. Loads of the ribbons from jumpers as well. So we'll do something with those. Couldn't throw them away. And then a box of cards and things in this box, old birthday cards, Christmas cards, bits that I've kept from magazines and old security envelopes and that kind of thing in there. My beading things and jewellery making supplies are in this corner over here, so they're all labelled up in plastic trays. Box full of buttons down there. My handmade lampwork beads are all in the boxes at the far left on the bottom there, and then screwdrivers and hammers and things that I keep in here too. Right, that picture on top of the box there is a picture that Alex did when he was at primary school. They were making their own homemade Christmas cards, and I kept the original and put it in a frame. Then on here I've got all my painty and inky tissue papers, kitchen rolls, and then let me show you here. I've got a load of my mop-up papers, and you'll recognise some of these. My drop papers and that kind of thing are all on here. Photocopy of mixed media morsels. I've said to you before that I photocopy my pages to use in collage. And then in this box here, I won't get this down now, but I've got loads of jelly prints and all kinds of painty papers in there. So I'll do another video and show you some of those at some other time. I've got my stamps in the first two trays, and then I've got glitter things in here. Then what have I got? Sort of dimensional paints and things in the next one down, and a bit more glitter. Stamp pads, those are pigment ink stamp pads in that one there. Permanent ink pads in the next one down. Inka Gold. Homemade spray paints there, and then just a couple of trays of those ones are just packs that I've picked up, stickers of hearts and things. Then I've got butterflies and birds, and then I think the next one is flowers and leaves, so that's what's in there. Then my printer is there. I've got another trimmer, that's the guillotine. Then a shelf here by my patio doors. I'm not sure whether you can see there. My die cutting machine is there, mixed media paper and just photocopy paper. And then I've got a couple of baskets down here. I've got a basket here with embossing pads and some of my die cuts. I've only got a few. My punches are in that basket there. And those are just a few papers that from where I've been punching. And then I've got a couple of baskets here with stamps and stencils that I use on a regular basis, so that's in there. And then standing up again and coming round on the opposite wall to the shelves, that's my craft desk. So there's some artwork on the walls. The two pictures on the right hand side, let me move closer, are more artwork from the boys. The top one is one that Alex did when he was at primary school, and the second one is one that Sam did when he was at primary school as well. So I framed those. The two big pictures on the back are the two first pieces of mixed media artwork that I ever did. They look a bit of a car crash now, but yeah, those are the first two pages I ever made, and they're just done on cereal boxes. There's Betsy Doodle's Hand of Friendship and the card that she sent me. One of my alcohol ink on acetate pieces that I did. Here's my desk. That's my latest drop paper. All my pens and things at the back there. Then what have I got here? This box here has got all of my stencils in. So they're all there. I've got a fair few stencils. So those are all in there. And then moving down, what have I got here? Some of my plates for my die cutting machine. Some doilies that I plan to use just as stencils. I haven't brought myself to be able to do it. I got them from the charity shop. Let me just put them out for you to see. Aren't they beautiful? They are just absolutely gorgeous. They're all 100% cotton, and they were so cheap from the charity shop. I think the larger creamy coloured one was £1, and I think those were £1 as well. Those were a pack of 2, and I think that square one there was 50p. Ridiculous, but those are gorgeous, and those will leave lovely marks if I can bring myself to use them, that is. I've got a box at the bottom which is full of music papers, old book papers, interesting magazines, strips left over from my deli prints and stuff that I can use for collage. Some of my paint brushes down there. This box here is full of cereal packaging that I use to do a lot of things on. That I open them up and they just make great sturdy pages. I've also got a load of Whole Foods carrier bags here that I plan to use for sort of making scrapbooks and that kind of thing, and some of the plainer ones as well. I sort of decorate and they make great gift packaging. And let me show you underneath my desk as well. Let me just go and rummage under here. I have a whole box full of books. A lot of the old Bowden books, books that come through the post. There is an absolute load of Orla Keeley book here, home furnishing books, Crew, that kind of thing. And there are absolutely loads of university prospectuses as well. When my son was looking around the various universities, he came back with so many prospectuses. And they're on fabulous paper, so I've got a whole box of those, again, sort of in my plan for junk journals, which I haven't got around to doing as yet. Those are deli papers that I use to protect the pages in between the ones that I'm working on, and just the black oven liners that are just absolutely great for working on and great for displaying work on. On the floor here are some of the painted papers, mop-up pages that I've got. I'll do another video on that. Then my mixed media morsels on my art journal prompts book. The back of my door, which is full of all my scarves. I don't know whether you can see those. I love colourful scarves, so that's where some of those live. The bag with the elephant on is my last scrap store purchases, and I'll do another video on that. And then finally, this is just a basket full of some of my painted papers. There's some of my tags that I've made down here. So there's various ones of those. Again, you'll recognise some of these. So there's quite a few of those. Some of the ATCs that you can see here were cut up from these pages. These were flowers that I did on cereal boxes, and I've photocopied most of these, and I just chop those up. Those are sort of, you know, great for going out with Happy Mail. That was another piece that I did when I was doing the mixed media morsels circles. I couldn't stop doing the circles, had great fun doing those. And then just other bits and pieces that I've been, you know, trying here. Some of the borders from the cereal packaging and that kind of thing. Oh, that was that's another piece of Sam's artwork. So need to do something with that. And then finally, just on top of the shelf here, I've just got a basket with sort of scraps, little pieces of napkin, the ends of my mixed media paper, alcohol ink scraps, small pieces of book pages. That's punched from a piece of alcohol ink that I was doing, and so those again are great for collage. And then that was the piece of acetate palette that I used when I did the last mixed media morsels. There's my mixed media morsels block printing book cover that I did. I need to turn that into a book. That was just a scrap of paper that I just did loads of dots on with the end of the rubber on a pencil. That's the piece of plastic palette that I used for the last mixed media morsels circle page that I did. Again, it's sort of, you know, I love the colours on it, and these cotton buds just look so pretty. So if I can find a use for that, then I shall keep it. So as you can see, lots of clutter in my craft room. I'm a bit of a hoarder, but at least it's fairly organised and tidy chaos. Showing you my room. I'm the shelves that I showed you at the start are behind me now, so I'll just go round. As I say, there's my desk. And then I'll move backwards now. Hope I'm not making you feel sick. And then back to the start. So there you go. Hope you liked it. See you all again soon. Take care.